I'm not quite sure where this belongs. I want to talk about the Main Street Square. And before I ask a very simple question about it, I want to tell you guys that are on there, I have been dead set against this thing from the very inception, and y'all know it. It's a money pit. And here we go again. Now they want, first they want 3.5 million out of 2012 funds. That should never have happened. That is not infrastructure, it's not anything that anybody of any sense wanted. Now they want $651,000 to fund the first year. This is a money pit, people. You need to go down there and close it down. And which of you is going to do it? That's my question. Which of you is going to do something about the endless money pit that it's going to be?
Okay, I guess we got it under a minute on that copy. All right, well, who wants to start the answer on that? Alan Hanks.
Well, it won't be me because, quite honestly, I truly believe in Main Street Square. How do you know that? We've had the discussion. Matter of fact, I will tell you, everyone, and I can't speak for Pete here, but I know that because he wasn't on the city council, but when it came through the city council, it was a unanimous vote of the city council to approve it. So everyone within city government supported the concept. There was a request for $3.5 million. That's absolutely correct, Bonnie, out of 2012. Look what 2012 has done for us. You know, we have Main Street Square that's being built. We also have the indoor aquatic center. We have the indoor ice. We have the parks. I mean, we have all kinds of different things that we build for really for the quality of life here in Rapid City. That's all 2012. Now, I know some people would rather not have us do that, but quite honestly, I believe in the quality of life issues. But I also want to make a correction. She also stated they're now asking for $651,000 to run it. That's not true. DRC was very specific, and if you read in the article, they specifically say they will not come back for any operating money whatsoever, not a dime. That's a commitment they've always made. There's a bid out there which will generate about $176,000. And I will tell you that I was in a meeting this morning. They have a commitment for about $276,000 worth of private donations every single year. You add those together, you're just shy of $400,000. Now, what you can add into that is the revenue that the Main Street Square is going to actually generate by itself. And I'm going to tell you, the council, I believe, was very clear of this. We're not going to pay for any operational costs of Main Street Square. That was one of the stipulations when we approved that funding. And so to make the statement that this is going to be an endless money pit, that's not accurate. Because quite honestly, the folks at DRC, Destination Rapid City, have stepped up to the plate and very publicly, and matter of fact, through our agreement with them, a written agreement, stated there will be no additional tax dollars to support the operations of Main Street Square.
When there was a change order that came forward recently, I think the amount was $38,000, not sure, but that was covered by private assistance and private donations. I am a supporter of Main Street Square, and I also have had the opportunity many times to visit with Dan Sefner. I trust him, I know him, I believe that he's doing a great job, and I think we should give him the opportunity to manage and to work with Main Street Square and to work with us to manage it. And I think that it's you know, the only way I would close it down is by staying there until 10 o'clock at night with my daughters and being there until it closes. But I'm excited about it. I support it, and I think also that I would make the commitment, and I'll make the commitment now, and I made the commitment when it came forward buying, is that there will be no general fund subsidy of Main Street Square. It'll come this far and no further. The rest has to be privately funded in order to make it work. And I believe Dan Sefner and his talents and the talents of Destination Rapid City and the talents of the folks at Main Street Square and the City Council and I as your mayor can help make that happen.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I had this question the other day too, and the question was posed as, do you think that this thing could flop? My answer was yes, I think anything could flop. But on the flip side, anything can be a success too. And it's really going to depend upon the community, how the community comes out and embraces this Main Street Square. How it's managed is paramount. There's no doubt about it. I'm not real familiar with their budget, to be honest. I haven't had a chance to look at their budget items. I'm not exactly sure what they instill in those items, but I do believe that they have a management team in place that can make this thing happen. I think that an organization bringing the community together under good circumstances for opportunities for the community to gather can be successful. There's no doubt about that. So I've supported Main Street Square, and I'll continue to support it until they show me some proof otherwise. I will take the time, Bonnie, to look at the budget or whatever else and see what I see in there and see the opportunities for that. But I do believe in their management style. I do believe that there has been other successful squares such as this in other communities, as long as the community gets the support and they take in all of the community, not just particular sections of the community. My daughter lives in Boise, Idaho, and she spends a lot of time in the community with different programs that they put on. And they don't all have to include alcohol. That's one thing that I've cautioned them about, and I've talked to the people down there. You know, there should be some limitations on that. There should be a lot of family time. I think Alderman Quaker mentioned taking his family there, and that's important. And if those are the opportunities that they use, this thing will be successful. There is no doubt that we have to keep an eye on it. There is no doubt that I'm committed to not taking any more general funds into it. There's not any room for that to happen. Thank you.
Well, not having had the ability to have seen what the council and the mayor office has seen in terms of these reports, I can only go by what I read in the newspaper, what I talk to other people about. I am troubled by that square. I've been in too many communities and lived in too many communities where these type of joint city, quasi-private enterprises, you're promised the moon and it doesn't materialize. And no matter how many times the government will turn to you and say, don't worry, we're not liable, we're going to take any responsibility for it flopping. That's always been the case where, yes, that's their intention, but it always seems to fall back upon the city government to pick up the pieces. That is my biggest worry about this particular project. My personal feeling is I don't like what I'm seeing. I think we were actually sold a bill of goods. There was a very similar square, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bonnie, Reno, or was it Sparks? Sparks, Nevada. Literally by the same people, identical. It was such a failure. The city just recently tore it out. It was that much of a boondoggle. I am not one person that likes these quasi-government private enterprises where you're not literally producing something. Sometimes we have to do this. Sometimes we are unfortunately going to have to form partnerships with organizations, but we need to be much more careful about the promises that these proposals are attempting to lure us into. I've heard one thing, that this thing is not going to be viable unless 113,000 people a year visit this town. And I'd love to know where they got some of these numbers. But like I said, all we know is what we're being told in the paper.
Okay, once again,